All right, here we've got the first look at the Predator 2000 Power Station from Harbor Freight. This is a good looking box. Nice, simple, easy, robust buttons. None of this kind of like, touch sensitive kind of stuff. You have good clicks to them, positive clicks. You know you've actually turned it on. A light comes on in the button to tell you. Also, an LED pops up in the display. Don't forget, there's a sticker on it that says you have to charge it fully before you use it, or you'll void your warranty. So don't forget that. Anyway, it's also got what I just love, onboard storage. It's one of my biggest hassles with these power boxes is keeping all the other cords and stuff with it and everything. I love onboard storage. No ports on the left or the right. It does have the power input on the back for both the AC and for the solar, so you have both right there. There's the full specs if you want to pause the video. It's not a lot of else to it. I like that it keeps most of the stuff on the front except for the input. Now they also sent me the solar panels here, and look at this. The bags that come with this solar panel are straight up premium. I've not seen bags like this with the other solar panels I've gotten. These are probably the nicest I've seen yet. I really like the panels here. Now, this is a 4-panel unit, 200 watts. You can see the solar cables there attached on the back. It's got the standard kind of kickstands. They are the adjustable style. Look at that. You're going to get in a lot of juice with a panel like this. The construction on this is top notch. I would say it's up there with the best that I've seen from anybody. I really love this, but let's talk about some more of the details. All right, you saw the walk around on this, and it looks like a decent box. I gotta tell you, when I saw it at SEMA last year, I was stunned. I couldn't believe they were doing this, and I was excited for it because I wanted to see them really bust up the market, because Harbor Freight has a tendency to do that. They just come in like an elephant in the room, knock everything aside, and like, we're here, and this is the way things are going to be going forward. But this is kind of a mixed bag, and I want to say that I like it, but part of it is, well, let's get into the numbers and let's talk about it. So first of all, what we're looking at is $950 for this box. But look at the numbers on it right up there. It is 1,545 watt hours. That, if you've been around the channel, you've been following these kind of things, that's kind of an oddball number. Usually they're either a 1K box or a 2K box. And we're talking about the amount of battery capacity the box has. Now that number may be skewed a little bit higher, may skew a little bit lower, but it's usually in those kind of realms. And this is just kind of something in between. But the price is what we typically see at a 1K box, all right? So that one's intriguing, but we know twofold that Harbor Freight often has sale prices. But how good are those sale prices? Anyway, we're going to get into that here, but let me go over the rest of the specs on this. So it's 1545 capacity. The constant running power on it, like you would with a regular gas generator, is 2,000 watts, which is pretty good. The surge on this is 4,000. For a box like that at that price is fantastic. That's insane. I'm not sure how they get those numbers out of that, but we're going to test them. Now, again, this is a first look video, as it said in the title. I'm going to be, we're in Montana, and it's winter doesn't want to give out the ghost. And by the end of this week, we're going to be down in Vegas for National Hardware Show. So I didn't want you guys to wait 2-3 weeks before we could do a full video on this. So we're going to do the first look, and then we'll come back, we'll do the full test on it. But that said, let's look at some of the other specs. It's got, I'm just checking my numbers here, 800 watts of solar input. Better than some, a good bit better than some, but not as good as some of the best. All right, the ports on this thing, 4 120 volt ports, decent. No 30 amp, you're not gonna see that on something like this. You've got 6 USB, which is normal, but usually you see 2 USB and 4 USB-A. In this case, we got 3 USB-A and 3 USB-C, which personally I like. I like to see it going that route because that's the way the tech is going. No 12 volt barrel plugs, but we do have a 12 volt car power port, so that's nice to see also. And you saw it on top, the storage, the onboard storage. Hallelujah, I absolutely love that because, these things have lots of cables. You got the power cable, the solar cable, adapters and such, and they go on walkabout. And then you got to have a spare bag to carry with that, and you don't want to lose it. I love the onboard storage. I think that's a big win. You know what else is a big win? Right down, was it right about here? 5-year warranty. Who was expecting that from Harbor Freight? A 5-year warranty. That's a huge deal. I absolutely love that, and that's competing with the best in the business at that point. In fact, probably a darn sight better than the best in the business, because everyone else, you get an EcoFlow, you get a Blue Eddy, you get a Jackery or Anchor Solix, you got to send that boat anchor into them. With this, you go into Harbor Freight, you set it down, you're like, fix it or give me a new one. So I like seeing that situation, all right? But let's talk about the bad on this, all right? So it's, I'm just checking my specs here, make sure I'm not leaving anything out. Car power port, no barrel ports, no contactless charging, which on this level is not, only Blue Eddy's really been doing that. I don't hate that. There's no stupid light on the front. That's a big win. Does it work as a UPS? It does work as a UPS. And the switchover speed is, get this, 10 milliseconds is what they're claiming. Now that's huge. That's a big win compared to the rest of them. Most of them are at 30 to 20 milliseconds on the market. Now the newer ones, like the Blue Eddy, not Blue Eddy, the EcoFlow, there's too many to remember. The new EcoFlow Series 3 have gotten a lot better. And they're at 10 milliseconds, you're at or below the level of most UPS switchover. So that's a good thing. And what you guys don't know what that means is you can plug this into power and just leave it plugged in and then plug something into this. And then if power goes out, it'll automatically switch to the battery. And the time it takes to switch from the AC power to the battery is that switchover speed. Hush, phone. Anyway, the point is that the lower that number, the better. And 10 milliseconds, that is a sweet number right there, okay? Now, it doesn't have, at least I didn't find any kind of app support. And a lot of people will be like, I want my app support. Personally, me, and I've said this before, I could care less at the app support. I can look on the screen to see what the thing's doing. I don't need to dig into it. Some people like to do that. If you want to fiddle with it, I totally get it. But for me, it's not a big loss on that one. How about this? No external battery. That means you can't add an additional battery on it. And that is, on some of the smaller ones, this says some of the brands, like Anchor Solix, they have one that doesn't allow for an extra battery. But the new EcoFlow, the EcoFlow Delta 3, it does have, you can put an extra battery. Some of the higher end Anchor Solix do have it. We're gonna step through those in a minute. That's kind of a real negative. I'm really surprised to see that that's not an option on this. Now the weight on the box is 44 pounds, which in class is as good as the best that I've seen. The size is excellent. It's got two good solid handles. The build construction on it seems to be fantastic. But let's dig into the competitors on this, all right? So here's the Predator, as we talked about. Was $950, 1545 watts, 2,000 watt power, 4,000 surge, and a 5-year warranty. Let's go over to Anchor Solix. They're one of the I don't call them a budget brand. They're a value priced brand. Let's call it that. They make some fantastic stuff. I'm a big fan of their products. This is the F1200. This is 1,800 watts, but it's a 1,229 watt hour battery. This is another one of the screwball ones out there. So we're getting close to the 1,500 on this. 1,800 watts of power. It's got LiFePO 4 batteries. And for those of you who don't know, that's LFP, lithium iron phosphate batteries. It's a different chemistry than the regular lithium ion that are used in power tools. They don't have the same kind of thermal combustion issues that standard lithium batteries do. They operate at a higher heat temperature, a lower cold temperature. They have far more recharge cycles, like 10 to 20x more recharge cycles. That's what you want in all these. In fact, we don't really even cover power stations anymore that aren't LFP batteries. So that's pretty much standard, but it's good to see that on this one and on the Anchor there. You're looking at a price on this of $1,100 pretty much. But there's almost always a sale on these, and it's on sale right now for $400 less. Okay, MSRP wise, the Predator's winning. But here's the deal: at $1,000 on the Predator, let me go back to the Predator. At almost $1,000, we rarely see a 50% off sale at Harbor Freight. A 25% off sale is something to like get off the couch and head down to the store. That's a big deal. Sometimes we'll see 30%. Recently, right now going on is there's a 40% off on the Quinn sets going on with the parking lot sale. If you haven't gotten on that, get on it now. But that said, chances are this will never hit that kind of price, even with the best sales. The only thing we can hope for is this is a launch price, and now we know it is a launch price. I'm not hoping that, but they do adjust launch pricing, and I'd like to see this come down a good bit. I think it's an excellent, it's a very nicely built system that is lacking some of the features that you see are on the higher end systems. But again, let's go through the rest of these because so the Anker Solix, this is their 1229 watt hour, and it's going to be was it $700 on that. Here's the Solix C1000. This is an 1800 watt power station. Okay, this isn't even their 2K station. It's currently on sale 50% off, down to $500. Now, I think that might be because they might be phasing it out for a new model, but still, even at $1,000, you're looking at a 1,056 watt hour system. Now, again, that's not going to be to that same level as you're going to see at 1,500, but you do have the ability to add an extra battery on it. You can double the watt hours. You've got one of the few light bars in the market that actually is usable, that I actually like. You've got 6 110 power or 120 power outlets. You only have 4 USB. You do have the cigarette adapter. Sorry, the auto power bank kind of thing. It's a good system, but again, you're lacking a little bit in the power. You're definitely not hitting that 4,000 watt peak power outage on it. Now, EcoFlow, the new Delta 3, we already did a video on this. Sleek, small unit. It's coming in at 1,024 watt hours, LiFePO 4, 1,800 watt of power. It's got 6 120s. It's got 4 USBs. You can put an external power bank on it. It'll go up to 2,600 watts. It's selling right now for $700. How about this? The EcoFlow Delta 2 Max. This is the unit that I actually have right now running my whole computer system. And everything I have runs through it, and that runs into the wall. And like I was saying, like a UPS in case there's a problem. In fact, actually, I just tripped a breaker not too long ago, and nothing happened. I didn't lose any power. I didn't lose any data, nothing. And I'm still running. This is what I've been running with for years at this point. And I absolutely love them. I keep saying that they are the Cadillac of home power, portable power stations. I don't think you can do better than EcoFlow. So the EcoFlow Delta 2 Max, now the Delta 3 Max is going to be coming out here sometime this year, but the Delta 2 Max, you're looking at 2,048 watt hours. This is what I call a 2K box, all right? It's got LFP batteries. It's got 2,400 watts of power. It's got 6 120 volts. It's got 6 USB. In this case, you got 4 USB-A, 2 USB-C. And it's got not 1, but 2 ports for external batteries. In fact, I did a whole video doing a whole power cart with this and 2 of the extra batteries. So you can really bump up the numbers on this sucker if you want. It's on sale. It's normally $1,900. It's on sale right now for $1,000. Now, it's not on sale at that price all the time. Again, they have the new Delta 3s coming out, so they're trying to clear out the Delta 2s. So it's not exactly apples to apples, but even still, it's not that far off when it comes to a sale price. Now let's talk Bluetti. Bluetti, I've been very, I wouldn't say negative, critical of is the right word. I've been critical of them because I think they did really well when they came out, and they about 5 or 6 years ago, and they just, I think actually, because one of the first ones we did, one of the first big boxes we did, it was about 5 years ago. And I absolutely loved it. Said it was a great unit for the time. And then they kind of sat on their laurels and were like, this is great. We're king of the hill. We don't have to do anything. Well, they finally woke up and now they're doing something. This here is their AC 180. It's 1152 watt hours, does 1,800 watts of power, 2,700 peak. Still nothing close to the Predator. But it's got 4 120 volts. It's got 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the USB-C, or 1 USB-C, 4 USB-As. It's a well-built box. It's got wireless charging up top, but you're looking at, it's normally $780. It's on sale for $700, and there's a coupon that knocks $250 off the price. But again, this is Bluetti is moving into this new phase here. This is the newer version. I actually have this. They just sent this to me. We're going to be doing a teardown on this box, that box. And they're going to be, look at the price on this, $1,000. You're getting 2,073 watt hours. That's a 2K box. 2,600 watts of power, 3,900 watt power lifting. That's what they're calling surge, which is still not in the same level as the Predator. Just if the Predator, if it had been a 2K box, and even for a few bucks more, if it had been a 2K box for a few bucks more and had additional power banks I could plug into it, at least one, if not two, it would be king of class. It just would be. It would be so much better. But it's, I don't know. You tell me. Am I being too critical of the Predator? Am I hating on it too much here? I mean, I love Harbor Freight, and just to be fair, because a lot of people are going to say like, "Well, you're biased towards Harbor Freight because they sent this to you." Blue Eddy has sent me three. I have their, what is it? The AC300. If you know what that is, I have their whole unit with two power banks sitting over there. I got to do a video on. I have the Elite 200 sitting over here. I got the original 2K box. So that's 3 units I've gotten for Blue Eddy. I've gotten untold boxes from Anchor Solex and from EcoFlow and from everyone else. The only one who won't send me anything is Jackery, probably because I've been really critical of them. And then I exposed the fact that they wanted me to sign a contract where I would agree to not say anything negative. And now they've blacklisted me. I get contacts by their agents all the time. We review this. I'm like, sure. And then nothing. So Jackery, grow up, man. You gotta stop asking people not say negative stuff and get your boxes out here so that honest people can review it. Anyway, the Blue Eddy here, it's normally $1,700. It's on sale for $1,000. And I do try not to compare sale prices. I hate it. People always go like, Harbor Freight launched something new, and somebody would be like, well, I can get the Milwaukee. It's on sale for basically 3 cents all the time. And of course, they're exaggerating. They're doing the fish was this big kind of thing. But in this case, I follow these all the time, and they're not on sale all the time, but one of them is. All right, the Blue Eddy or the Anchor Solex or the EcoFlow, or you wait a month or two and there's a big sale coming around, and I just never see. I don't expect to see the Predator box for $500. Harbor Freight just, maybe on a closeout kind of thing, or maybe on an open box, but as an average sale. I don't know. Things are changing at Harbor Freight. I never thought I'd see 40% off on the Quinn Master sets. That just blows me away. So many people have been sending me pictures of them, their trunk full of them. I absolutely love it. All right. So anyway, Blue Eddy, I'll put links to everything down below so you can compare these to yourself. But let's talk Jackery. They hate me, but I'll still talk about him. There's the 1000. This is the new one because you can tell it's the new tech because it has the fold-up handle. The old one that they're selling for the same price that has the standard lithium-ion batteries, they sell for the same. Anyway, I've hated on them enough. So 1,000 watt hours, 1,500 watts of power. Okay. It's got 3 120s. Anyway, the point is, you're looking at $800, and there's a $300 off coupon on it. But let's look at the 2K box that they have. Here's the 2K box. Again, it's got 3 120s. Okay, so Harbor Freight's clearly kicking Jackery's, backside and stealing their lunch money. Fine, they're winning there. Jackery. Anyway, I tell people all the time not to buy Jackery. The bigger boxes, Jackery's coming out with some bigger stuff, and I got to tell you, I'm intrigued by it. It looks pretty good. But I don't see them being competitive in this market. But let's talk about the solar panel, okay? Because this is something let me put it back on screen here. This is something we need to talk about. Now, I've got the 4-panel, 200-watt solar unit, okay? So it's not exactly fair because they don't have the pricing out on the one that they sent me. But for this is the 100-watt. This is a really kind of a basic standard. It's a double panel, 100 watt. Each panel gets you about 50 watts. It closes magnetically. It's got all the attachments. It's got adjustable kickstands, by the way, in the back. And it comes with, and I think this one comes with it. I don't see it, but I can tell you, mine came with you saw the bag. Really, really nice bag compared to everything else I've seen. I was stunned at the quality of the solar panel. It's one of the best solar panels I've seen. All right. But we'll talk about it. It's the only thing it's not is it's not bifacial, and that's where it can get sunlight not just from the front but from the back as well. You don't get as much from the back, but it's a nice bonus. But $130 for that is a really good price. we compare it to Anchor Solex, here's their basically the same system that, and I'm pretty sure I have one of these over in my storage unit. Most companies have sent me solar panels at this point. $229, and that's 23% off. That's just, it's not even feasible. And the price of solar panels, these portable panels, have gone up in the last 5 years. Here's the Jackery. It's $209. Now, this is a bifacial panel, which means that it's going to be more efficient because it's going to get that backsplash light on the back. However, now I don't have this panel, but I have the EcoFlow ones. I've seen other ones. Most bifacial panels I've seen are a little bit on the delicate side. And just take that into consideration because they're glass on both sides. That way, the nice one with the other ones, you fold them up and they're pretty rugged on the outside. You can bang them around. I've hauled them in and out of RVs and trucks and stuff. The bifacial, you got to be a little more careful with. All right, then we got Grease Cell. Now, Grease Cell, this is one of the generics that you see on Amazon that's pretty popular. They're looking at 100, normally 180. It's on sale for 170. There's a $50 off coupon. So you're looking at 120. You're saving $10 over the Harbor Freight, but I don't know if it's worth the $10 over the Harbor Freight bill. The Harbor Freight one just seems like it's a better construction. It has, let me go back and show you. The Harbor Freight, one of the things I like about it is this plastic handle here goes almost the full length across, acting as a hard end cap. All right, and these other ones, that's just that it's a semi-rigid cloth. The Jackery's, yeah, it doesn't go wrap around the edge, so you're not getting that kind of hard bumper on the end that's going to really make it last longer. But anyway, still, it's a good price. If you're looking for a budget panel, I've often recommended Grease Cell. And the other one is Renology here, Renagy. I keep mispronouncing that one. And this is their E-Flex core panel, and it's $120, same price there as the Harbor Freight. Now they've got a 200 watt panel and it's coming in. It looks very similar. It's definitely not the same, clearly. It doesn't have the full wraparound panel. I don't see the carrying case with it. Wait, nope, that's his jeans in the back. I got excited. I was hoping maybe somebody was doing the carrying case. Good budget panel, but again, for all of these, I gotta say, when it comes to the solar panels, Harbor Freight wins. When it comes to the box, I mean, if you need that big surge power, there you go. That's the big winner. If you want a box that's got a 5-year warranty and you can just take back to a Harbor Freight, there you go. If you just like dealing with Harbor Freight, and I get it, I like dealing with Harbor Freight, it's a great choice. It's a good, solid box. I don't care about the fact that it doesn't have a Bluetooth app. I never use them. It's got the onboard storage. It comes with all the cables you need. The form factor is fantastic. I really want to like it. I just wish it had a little bit more in the gas tank. Honestly, that's all I'm going to say. Maybe they're going to come out with a 2K box. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But again, we're going to do a follow-up video with this, maybe a couple of them. If you got different instances, things you want me to test out, put it down below in the comments. We'll give it a try. We're going to be testing the Blue Eddy coming up. We're going to be testing, we just did the A-Free. If you didn't see that video, that was a great one. They said they're going to do another one of those deals in June, I think. Anyway, if you like what we do here, don't forget to chomp the old like button, smash the subscribe, ring the bell on the way out. You all take care, God bless, and as always, shine on.